Hello, everybody. How are you folks? We're back again with another consumer video, this time in Detroit, Rock City, the jewel of Michigan. And we're going to talk about the 5 worst bowling alleys in Motor City. So let's just get right into it, and we'll give further information as we go. The first one is Picket Bowling Alley. It's going to be right downtown, guys. Very convenient to many residents of the city. The problem that I had when I was at Picket Bowling Alley was their insistence that residents of the neighborhood be allowed to picnic on the bowling lanes. Now, the way that's set up is that the picnic is supposedly supposed to take up only half the lane. And the way that the owners sell this to you is that, well, you'll be able to work on your curving bowling shot. Well, guys, I've never had a curving bowling shot. It's just a straight shot. So I had to stand way over in the lane on the right-hand side and try to angle it past these innocent families just enjoying a picnic right on the lane. Now, I watched some of my better friends that are better at bowling, and yeah, they can bend the ball around the picnickers. But I don't have those skills, guys, and so for that reason, it just didn't work for me. I thought, wow, I'm trying way too hard, and I'm wearing shoes that 10 other people had on this morning. So that's going to be a no-go for me. Now, number 2 on our list is Sunspot Bowling Alley. Sunspot Bowling Alley is going to be on the far north side, guys, right out there by the dog hotel where people take their dogs when they go on vacation, right across the street there. And Sunspot is a really nice place. I mean, it's almost brand new, honestly. For a bowling alley, that's unusual. And I like their service. They service with a smile and all that. The only problem I had was when you're sitting at the scorer's table waiting to take your bowling turn and you're doing the scores. Of course, a lot of it's electronic, but they let you override it. But they put a sun lamp there. Now, the owner told me that the whole idea of the place is that you will be able to get a suntan. It's like a tanning bed, he said, and a bowling alley combined. And maybe for you, that's a good thing. Like, you're like, oh, finally somebody has my exact needs in mind. But guys, I'm whiter than typewriter paper. I'm whiter than printing paper, inkjet printing paper. I can't take any sun in the real sun, much less indoors. I'd be the last person you'd find at a tanning bed. I mean, when I open the refrigerator, I get sunburned from the refrigerator light. Oh! So it didn't work for me, guys. I'm going to have to say no to them. Now, the next one on our list is 60 Bowling Alley. Going to be way out there past Bloomfield Hills on some of those new development areas. It's right across from the Garden Center in just beyond Bloomfield Hills, guys. And the idea behind 60 Bowling Alley is that there's 60 lanes, and if you pay an annual fee, you'll get to bowl all 60 lanes, one game per lane during any particular month. So you pay an annual fee, you basically get 60 free games, but you have to rotate between the lanes. Now, the reason they do that is so that all the lanes are used evenly. They want the lanes used evenly, so they don't want you just picking a favorite lane and then wearing down the boards. I totally get that. Another idea they have is that people over 60, nobody I know, but I'm 38. People over 60, they get to bowl for half price. Now, this is a wonderful idea. And I lied about my age, being that I'm 44. And I got the half-price bowling, I should say, the half-price bowling. So I went in there. And guess what? Half the population of Detroit over 60 was in there too. It's too good a deal, guys. I had to wait 3 hours for a lane. I said, forget about it. It didn't work for me. Maybe it'll work for you. Now, the next one on our list is Vinter Bowling Alley. Now, this is a high-class place. Vinter is has to do with wine. And they're going to be right out on the east side, guys. Out on the east side, right by the lake almost, right by the river almost, but not quite. And Vinter Bowling Alley attracts that high-income customer that knows about wine. And I unfortunately don't. So I made a fatal mistake at Vinter Bowling Alley because they let you drink wine right where you're sitting waiting to bowl, where your team is sitting, right next to the lanes. Now, that's unusual for a bowling alley. But that's not the mistake I made. The mistake I made was when they asked what you'd like to drink, I said, do you have any boxed wine that we could just get a box and set it up here, and that way we don't have to constantly order bottles or glasses. And she said, I'm sorry, sir. Let me, before I take any action on this, I just want to make sure. Did you just say you wanted a boxed wine? I said, yeah, boxed wine. You know, you get at the grocery store. You put it in your fridge. And she said, all right, sir, I'm going to ask you to stand. And I'm going to have to ask you to stand and your whole party to get up right now and walk the hell out. This is a high-class place. Nobody in here is drinking boxed wine on my watch. And I'm like, settle down. It's just a way for it be easier on you. You won't have to come back every 3 seconds and ask us how we're doing. We'll be ready to go. We have our boxed wine. She said, sir, you don't get it. We don't serve boxed wine. This is a high-class wine place. Boxed wine is for the big box store, for the grocery store. Get out of here. Woo! They kicked us on out. Security guard showed up. The security guard didn't say anything. He just stretched out his arm toward the door like, let's go. And this guy was like 6'6", packed on pure muscle. I said, guys, I think we better go. This guy's going to twist one of us into a pretzel, and it's not going to be you. It's going to be me. So it didn't work for me, guys. And the final one on this list is Staunch Bowling Alley. They're going to be on the route, the freeway out there toward Toledo, toward Bowling Green in Ohio there, guys. And Staunch Bowling Alley really is interesting because they're staunch Republicans. And that's not such a bad thing to me if they just keep their opinion to themselves while I bowl. But no, they've got all of these pictures of Trump all over the place. Pictures of the owner with Trump and with Ron DeSantis and with Roger Stone, the whole cabal. And during the matches when you're bowling, they're playing the Make America Great Again theme song sung by Trump himself. I don't know if you guys have heard it, but it's Make America Great Again. You know, it goes on for, So the thing about it is they play that song 50 times in a row, and by that time I've had enough, guys. I'm like, no, I can't do it. I'm out. So it's not so much that I lean one way or the other. I'm kind of a down the middle type of fellow. I think they're both crazy, but I just couldn't handle that theme song and smiling Trump looking at me for 3 hours while I bowled and drank brewskis. So that's a no-go for me. Well, listen, guys, those are the 5 worst bowling alleys in my opinion. Maybe you have a different opinion. Why don't you leave it here? And if you know some really good ones, leave a comment so you can help the community. We want to build each other up as we rise arm in arm together. Guys, I hope that helps. Talk to you soon.